Hey guys, here to get into Monster, which is directed in 2023 by Hirokazu Kore-eda. This is the most recent project, and it holds up as my all-time favorite work of his, which is really a insane thing to say that this is a wonderfully immersive, beautiful, sweeping, just downright thought-provoking from start to finish entirely. It's just a wonderful screenplay, which honestly reminds me a lot of, it's actually one of my all-time favorite screenplays, and a very modern kind of like, it almost perfects a lot of like Kurosawa's 1970s kind of perspectives in a lot of ways, in ways that kind of it holds up about as well as like almost something of a balance between Paul Thomas Anderson, Alfred Hitchcock, and Andrei Tarkovsky, which is just ultimately very sensitive towards just character development, which is really groundbreaking in its depiction. It's just every single rewatch just lends itself to just kind of like a perfect source of desire to rid of any sort of psychological torment weighing upon anybody, and it kind of just breaks down a lot of complicated themes in a really entertaining manner. And yeah, this is just a wonderful depiction that it holds up as one of my all-time favorite films. This is just like kind of one that it just kind of does seem like it's a very uniquely personal depiction of just finding a life-affirming nature around any sort of depth of psychological torment. It's like you need to kind of like live up, and like there's those steps where you don't want it to feel weak at all anymore. He just has to be overwhelmingly like just with it in a sense, and that's what Kore-eda kind of depicts him wonderfully here. It just feels like a summation of everything he's just been doing throughout the 90s, 2010s. Just wonderful filmography. I mean, and honestly, this project particularly holds up in ways I'm like, well, I realize more and more. It relates a lot to like my love for alternative rock also, which is I'm realizing it's like, wow, there's some like, I guess you could say particularly just energetic perspective living inside of all this. And this is a perfectly down-to-earth way of depicting trapped characters who are just kind of begging for something of a spiritual release. And they find that in this depiction. It really is just kind of a modern day sort of masterpiece, and just sorry, speechless, really. I mean, it just takes in all these different points of views, and just a lot of, if I say, the Kurosawa probably most reminds me most of is Rashomon, because it really kind of feels like it is kind of evolving a lot of depths of Rashomon. We're getting numerous perspectives, and there's a lot of inconsistencies going on in these different perspectives, which holds up as an ultimate meaning of release for the characters who are feeling like trapped in any sort of prison, like metaphorically speaking. So this is just it's a very dark and disturbing kind of project, honestly. And again, it ends up landing with a lot of 1970s flair about it. Every character here is just really phenomenal. Everything about this is just a masterpiece, start to finish. It's absolutely beautiful how it depicts all of this. It depicts a lot of insane behavior in a lot of ways, and it's all this insanity. And again, I would say it also kind of reminds me a lot of like Thomas Wittenberg kind of perspective, depicting like almost a simple way of getting at insanity. Yeah, this is a really subtle and heavy kind of project. The screenplay really is just one of the best of all time. This is a year where there's so many amazing screenplays, such as like Killers of the Flower Moon. One of my favorites, and I would have to say I can see how this gets it, because it's just such a unique, original, for the depth, extent of originality to it. This is just, man, it's like same with the Asteroids. It's like these are just wonderful screenplays. This one really holds up from start to finish, and this is strongly recommended for just a significantly powerful and original influence on mystery, and just it's like a mystery drama, you can say, a very original kind of mystery drama. Strongly recommended.